Hi, in this video we will be talking about the algorithm to locate an element in a circular linked list and do the implementation in C++. So the input for this function will be the list in which we are going to perform the search. Basically it's a linear search operation. So the list in which we are going to search and the element what we are going to search will be the input. So for example, if we are given a linked list like this and if the element is 15, the function is expected to return 3 because in the third position the element is present. And if I am searching for an element which is not in the list, for example 25, then the function should return -1. This is how the function should work. So let us initialize a temporary pointer to the first node and have a counter integer and let it be equal to 1. Now while the element what we are searching is not present in the node pointed by temp, we have to move temp to the next node and increment the counter, right? This is the idea we are going to use. And when the element is not found, what will happen? It will come to the last node and the element will not be there, isn't it? And it should not move to the next node. If it moves to the next node, once again it will come to the first node and it may go on an infinite loop. So what we are going to do is we are just going to stop as soon as we are going to reach the last node. Even if the value what I am searching is in the last node, for example if I am searching for 19 which is in the last node, I will stop immediately. As soon as I reach the last node, I will come out of the loop and I check if the value pointed by temp is 19. Okay, because when I have to give a terminating condition for this loop. In single linked list what we did was we will move even beyond the list, even one step beyond the list. In that case temp will become null, right? So we can tell while temp not equal to null, fine. But here if I have to do the same, then I have to tell while temp not equal to head. But the point is we are initializing temp to head. If I am going to give the condition like this, then it will not enter into the loop at all. So we are going to do a slight modification in the way we write the code for circular linked list. We will tell while temp next not equal to head. We will stop as soon as we reach the last node and we will check it explicitly, not while temp next not equal to null. It should be while temp next not equal to head. Okay, so let us formally write the algorithm. The input is going to be the list in which we are going to perform the search and the element what we are going to search. If the list is empty, this is the only exception which we have to handle. If the list is empty, then we are going to communicate failure and return -1. In this case, we are going to return the position of the element only. We know that position will be from 1 and positive numbers only will be there. So -1 itself will communicate failure. Otherwise, we are going to declare a temporary pointer, temp and integer counter initialized to -1. And while the next part of the temp is not equal to head, we have to repeat number step and 5. In step we are checking whether the search element is the current element. In that case you will return the counter. Otherwise you will move to the next node and increment the counter. And this is the step. Step number 7 is for checking whether the last node is the search node. Okay, so if data part of temp is equal to element, then you will return counter. If none of these conditions are satisfied, then we can return -1. Let us implement this algorithm in C++. So in the header file already declaration is done. We know that we are doing object oriented programming, so list need not be passed explicitly. It will come as an implicit object. We are only passing the element what we are going to search. And in the CPP I have just copied the algorithm. Let me do the declaration first. We have to have a temporary pointer and we have to have a counter. If the list is empty, right? So if is empty, then we should return -1. Declaration is done. We have to initialize. We have to tell temp equal to head and counter equal to 1. While the next part of the temp, while temp next not equal to head, right? We have to do step number 5 and 6. In step number 5 we tell data part of node, right? So temp data, if temp data, right? We have to check the condition. If temp data equal to the element what we are searching for, then we will return counter. Okay, otherwise what we have to do is we have to move to the next node, temp equal to temp next, and increment the counter. And we are outside loop, we are in the last node. Check whether the last node contains the data what we are searching for. Okay, so temp data equal to ELE, we have to return counter, otherwise you will be returning -1. Okay, and in the application file what I have done is there are already 5 elements, 1 2 3 4 5, and I am calling, I should call here locate. I will change this, locate, and give 1, search for the first element and check the return value. If the return value is -1, we will print element not found, otherwise we will print the position. Okay, so let us compile the code and check. So there are no compilation errors. Let us execute the code and check. Okay, so element is at position 1, fine. So let us check a element which is not present. I am giving locate 6. It is telling element not found. Let us check the last element. Yeah, element is at position 5. Okay, so the code will be shared in the GitHub. You can check it. You can comment the part, if part what I have written. You can try to understand and do it by yourself. Thank you.